Just a quick video on a cheap AIS transponder and how I have set up my mainsail reefing. This is my boat, a 46-foot aluminium cruiser racer designed by Graham Radford and built in Australia. I purchased a Navico AIS in 2021. It was expensive and it worked fine until it decided to stop transmitting an AIS signal. I've been trying for months to get it to work, reinstalling software. The test software shows it's working, but it's not transmitting a signal. So I've got two receivers. This VHF radio is a receiver. It works well as an AIS receiver. And then the Navico that's inside the cupboard there is working as a receiver. It's not transmitting, but it's receiving. So I've got two receivers. I like AIS, and I think every boat should have one. It helps to alert you of other vessels and which way they are travelling. Otherwise, they're hard to spot and know which way they are going until they get close. The reflection on this screen, it's hard to see, but this is us, and then there's two boats here picking up on the AIS, and you get the information. You can see how far away it is, what's the closest point and what time that will be, how many minutes away. And that one's not a danger, of course. There is this other one here which I think is leaving. Fishing boat, long liner, doing 8 knots, 7.9 knots, and it's about 5 miles away. So it's all very important information and very handy to have, because they're too far away to see. You can't see them from this distance even with binoculars. I decided to get a net AIS transponder. It's fully self-contained with its own VHF antenna and GPS. The battery lasts for more than 10 days on its highest setting of a transmission every 30 seconds. It's been programmed with all of Haphazard's boat information and MMSI number. Other boats will receive that information. I was worried that the net transmitter would set off the alarms on Haphazard's receiver, but it doesn't. I think it's because they both program with the same MMSI number. So yes, it works well and only cost $75 US. The freight to get it here was more. I originally set up my mainsail so I could reef 2 and reef 3 from the cockpit. Most of the time I would sail with the first reef in. I've now changed the setup to be able to reef all 3 reefs from the cockpit. This is good because I will use the full mainsail more often. We've got full sail up, and on this side here in the cockpit we have 7 ropes, and on this side here we have another 7 ropes going to clutches. So altogether there is 14 ropes going back to the cockpit, and of those 14 ropes, 9 of them are for the mainsail. So this is like the first reef. I've just put this one in, that's on the tack end. So when I let the halyard go, I pull this one in, pulls the sail down, and fasten that off, and you can tighten the halyard. And then on the clew end I have this rope here, pull that one in, and that does the clew. So got a lot of control over it, and I've got all 3 reefs coming back to the cockpit. There's no need to go to the mast at all when reefing the mainsail or the headsail. Reefing is easy. First tighten the jib and change course closer to the wind with the autopilot engaged. Release the mainsail sheet. Release the halyard using the tack end reef line to pull the mainsail to the reefing point. Don't release too much of the halyard because it needs to be retightened. Pull the clue line in . And it's done, and you can go back on course. I love the Traveller on Haphazard. I can bring in the boom and climb on the Dodger roof to sort the sail. One of the issues when reefing is if the Lazyjacks are not tight, just like here, the sail can fall off the boom, and it's best to tidy this up. I always push the Lazyjacks forward when hoisting the mainsail, as they often get caught in the battens. This is all part of running the boat as much as possible from the cockpit to minimize going forward. If you have any questions or comments, please write it in the comment sections on the video. And until next time, happy sailing.